Hello, everybody! Unknown Najera is back, and I feel better now from all that sadness. When Aiden, the movie dude, just recently got terminated. Yeah, he was one of my favorites. Well, I used to watch his videos since Cool Story and Cool Story 2. It's the same parody I watched for James Most Prime 2798. But anyways, let's not talk about that. I'll make a rest in peace um, template on the community post soon. But anyways, in case you're wondering why we're here on the tiermakerlist.com on Safari, we're going to be ranking every single Angry Birds Toons episode so far. Yeah, this is going to be wild. Yeah, it's so nostalgia and it's a part of my childhood. I used to watch some Toons TV since Go and Angry Birds Go and maybe Transformers and Rio. And what else did I press the Toons TV? Yeah, and it was closing soon, and yeah, it was kind of a bit sad. But anyways, we're gonna do it from let's see, should we do it from in order? Like round them up? Yeah, we should do that. I'm gonna cut the camera real quick and then we'll get started. Okay, guys, I got the row from least to greatest, whatever you say it. But, anyways, here it is of how they all got in order. Alright, so now let's get this thing started. Let's start off with Chuck Time. So, Chuck Time, our fresh beginning of the show. Yeah, it was actually pretty good. For Chuck saving Red from falling from a cliff. Yeah, that was pretty good, at least for the viewers. If you're wondering why I put D, C, B, A, S, and P rank, it's basically Pizza Tower. Yeah, one of the most greatest Steam games in PC. Now it's on the Switch. Yes, Pizza Tower is now available on the Switch. But anyways, as I was saying for Chuck Time, so I'm gonna rank this one as either a B or A. I think I'll go for a B because it's actually not that bad because for the viewers, just for a reaction whatsoever. All right, next up, where's my crown? So yeah, the next one is where's my crown? Sorry because sorry guys, I just got a little sniff. Anyways, where's my crown? So yeah, King Pig was looking for his crown and it doesn't feel that way, and I just don't really like it that much because even though the pigs couldn't recognize him without his crown, and they just didn't go out so well. So I'll be going for a C. Alright, up next is Full Metal Chuck. So Full Metal Chuck is where Chuck just took the blues to the gym. Yeah, that would be portrayed for school, just like various stuff portrayed by SpongeBob. Yeah, it's really popular out there in YouTube. And I'm not going to show you some footage about Angry Birds Toons because I don't want to get copyrighted, so I'm just going to explain about the episodes. So, with all this matter of workouts in this episode, I'm going to say this could be actually not that bad whatsoever. So, I'm assuming it's A or or B. And let's say, eeny, meeny, miny, mo. It is, hmm, okay, guys, I'm just gonna go out for myself. I think it was actually pretty good, so I'll go for a B. All right, up next. Sorry, guys, I was just trying to think. Another birthday. Really? Another birthday? That wasn't so nice of us for the pigs because even though the little piggy who it was his birthday and Corporal Pig didn't respect it, neither King Pig. He didn't share the cake. They could have saved a slice for that, but it was I just couldn't. I just don't know why. I just couldn't handle this one. So I'm just gonna go for. I'm gonna go for. Let's see. D. All right. X sounds. I just don't know why, but I really like the way how the birds were very cute for Red, Chuck, and Matilda, but the combination was very horrifying. And yes, the blues was tricking them for the whole time, and I just couldn't know why. But yeah, X sounds was not that good, so I'll go for a C. Oh yeah, the D means D rank means awful slash terrible. C means bad. B means good. A means awesome. S is wonderful. And P rank is perfection. Sorry about that, guys. I just don't know why, but the captions are a bit messed up for the auto translated. But anyways, pig talent. Pig talent. Yeah, that's actually not that bad. I just really like its tricks and stuff. So now, okay. I was gonna rank this as an A or a B. Let's do a B. All right, up next. Oh man, Cordon Black. That's not very good because that was a bit too disgusting, to be honest. Because yeah, even though Red, Chuck, and the Blues didn't like the soup, it was really disgusting and it just eliminated a fly. Yeah, the fly was buzzing around the green smoke and it passed out from all the stench. So I'm gonna rank this as a C. Alright, maybe I can feel better with this one. True Blue? True Blue. Too true? Too true. Yeah, that's according to the Angry Birds Wikipedia trivia around those references. True Blue is actually pretty good because I just like the way how Blues, aka Jim, Jack, and Jay, met Piggy McCool. And yeah, they just had some fun stuff with skateboards and swimming. And they just realized it was just a minion pig after all. They should join the flock, though. Sorry, I said flock. If you're wondering why, they should join the bird flock. Alright, so I was gonna say, I'm gonna rank this as an A. Do as I say. No. Do as I say was not good because, yeah, I know you just gotta learn how to behave yourselves, but I know you want to have some fun, but it was pretty harsh for Matilda, being exaggerated and overwhelmed to the Blues. So I'm gonna rank this as a D. Do as I say. All right. Oh man. Oh no. Off duty? Are you serious right now? Off duty. Why? They just had to let Red go on vacation, and then the pigs just damaged out and severely injured Bomb, the Blues, and Chuck. That's because those three were so lazy. So I'm gonna rank this as a D. And yes, also more importantly, Red was just hallucinating with eggs. Alright. And now, well, at least to the spy for fair for respecting my opinions, Slingshot 101. What does that even mean? The 101. Is this some sort of horror reference or something? Like, what's reference to the horror 101? Yeah, Slingshot 101. So, I mean, Red was so worried and they thought the Blues was going to be all tortured up and stuff like that, and the eggs could have been cooked. But no, it's not really good, so I'm just gonna go for a C. Alright, Thunder Chuck. Alright, this could go better. So, Thunder Chuck, yeah, that was a bit classic though. And yes, the final appearance for Crumple Pig in his classic design. I just like it because Chuck was afraid of thunder. Just like when Tails is afraid of thunder and lightning in the classic show and the Boom series, as well as some others. So let's rank this as an A. Yeah, it was actually not that bad for some neutral way. Alright, Gardening with Terrence. Yep, the first appearance for Terrence, if you ask me. So Matilda was just planting / watering her flowers, but Terrence was blocking the sun, and Matilda really needed to get him out of the way so they can grow faster. That's why sunlight has to make the stem and roots grow. That's science. But still good in any way, so I'm gonna go for a B. Alright, Dopey's on a rope. So, Dopey's on a rope. One of those classic ones, and it's actually pretty funny. Do you think the birds can get away from the pigs stealing the eggs? Absolutely not. They just know their tricks. Like Red was just looking at a pig, swinging in the rope. Chuck saw a pig swinging in the rope while looking at the mirror, and yes, the Blues really think they could play ball. Oh, yes, they can. They really did. The Blues was very smart in this one. Jim, Jack, and Jay. Yeah, this was actually good. I just really don't know why, but I like it. So let's go for A. Alright, now Trojan Egg. So Trojan Egg is, it's some, oh wait, am I pronouncing it wrong? It's Trojan. Trojan. Trojan Egg. Yeah, some sort of wooden. I'll try to Google that up soon. In some fact way. Even though they were just having a party, they thought it was a real egg. They could have seen it, and yeah. So I'm gonna rank this as a. I think let's go for an A. Cause why not? Alright, up next is Double Take. Yeah, disguising as fake eggs. Well, to be honest, it's actually not that bad, even though pigs or birds could recognize their eggs especially with some of those faces. Even the blues being covered in those. I mean, what's some sort of oatmeal, something like that. But it actually, I just really like it. I just don't like it. It's not the best, but certainly not the worst either. So let's go for a B, which is mid. All right, Crash Test Piggies. Crash Test Piggies. Yeah, this is some sort of practicing with the eggs with rockets and stuff. Test dummies. Oh yeah, I like that episode. That episode was pretty funny with some accidents and crashes, so I'm gonna go for an S. Alright, up next is Slappy Go Lucky. Yes, Slappy Go Lucky is. Yeah, it's. We see some construction paper of inventing a robot, and Professor Pig and Foreman Pig's first appearance. Totally worth it, yeah. Uh-huh. I just really liked it. It was pretty funny for King Pig. I mean, blah blah blah. I don't know. He just got attacked and span around, and they got destroyed. It was pretty funny. I just liked it, laughed at it, and yes, but I just don't get it. Why do people think that Foreman Pig without the mustache was like in season 2 of Slingshot Stories? That happened like a couple of years ago, or many years ago. Yeah, Foreman Pig had his mustache shaved off when he fell in a volcano. But anyways, I'm gonna go for totally has to be an S. Alright, up next is Sneezy Does It. Well, Sneezy Does It was like some sort of walking for a celebrity, and it was not that bad, even though I didn't get any reactions of something funny, especially with that bee who stung the piggy in the nose and caused it to crash, even though he was just working for it a long time ago, like that. But as I was like, for some reason, it's not that bad, but I'll go for a B because I'm neutral to this one. Alright, now on to everyone's favorite episode. Yeah, which I usually like as well. Run, Chuck, run! So, yeah, it was a race. With Chuck versus the Blues versus Bomb versus Terrence. And we have no idea how Terrence won. He is such a teleportation bird. Even though he's just a rug, doesn't mean he's the biggest bird. I'm not going to sing it because I'm going to get copyrighted for this one. So let's make it quick, and I'm going to say it's an A rank. Alright. Let's do the next one, which is Hypno Pigs. Yes, those 3 pigs just hypnotized Red and made him fall asleep. And while he was sleeping, they just played some funny stuff at it. The most embarrassing and most cursed one I really don't like about this episode was that they shaved off Red's eyebrows, and I don't know how that come back. I don't know how the eyebrows grow back. Yes. And that picture, I'm not going to talk about that. That picture, I'm not going to talk about the picture that they took when Red was so shocked about that and was surprised. He never expected that. So, I'm going to go for a B. Alright, next up is Eggs Day Out. So yeah, Red was just trying to save the egg after he crushed a leaf. Well, he did try his best and did not fail. He did it in the end. So, I'm neutral with this episode, so let's go for a B. Alright, Gate Crasher. Wait, why Gate Crasher? Because, oh wait, I already answered that. Because Chuck was not being so smart enough with gates. He always hates silver metal gates because they're so hard to break and they never burst. He tried banging it with his beak, spinning it I'm not gonna sing it because copyright. Um, and he used a log. Yeah, Red did use the other door, and he just went behind for the pigs. And yeah, I don't know how many pigs did Red piled up. I thought there was 3. And yes, in the end, Chuck just keep being trapped from gates. So I don't think it was bad. So I'll go for a B. All right, hog roast. Hog roast was actually pretty satisfying indeed. Yeah, I just like the 1980 classic piano music where Foreman tells the mini pigs to get the fire truck riding, and yes, they're like up, and yes, there was one crazy firefighting rescue, so I'm gonna go for an A. Hog roast. Up next is, oh boy, the bird that cried pig. I mean, Chuck really wanted to be a hero by saving the eggs. He tried, but he didn't do good in the end because Bob found them in the end. So I'm gonna go for a B. I'm neutral to this episode. Alright, up next is Handshake Redemption. Handshake Reb. I don't know. It's some sort of action movie. Hamshank Redemption. Yeah, some sort of prison escape. Some sort of prison movie. Some prison action horror movie. Yeah, it's referenced like that. It's referenced to that, and yeah, he did escape. And I forgot who that muscle pig was, and his name was Goliath. Yes, finally I got his name right. And yes, he returned in season 4 of Slingshot Stories. So let's rank this as B. Alright, now it's up to volume 2 of season 1. Up first is Green Pig Soup. Yeah, Green Pig Soup was actually awesome because I just like the way how they're dressed like cabbages. And Matilda was making some delicious soup. I really want to try cabbage soup. That could be pretty delicious. So let's go for an A or S. Let's go with S. That's our crazy day, huh? Alright, up next. Catch of the Day. I like this one. I like the way how the Blues just put some items instead of eggs. Like first they used an orange ball, then a bicycle, then a washing machine, and a car, and a vase. Then Terrence just showed up with a big plunger that Corporal Pig tried to catch, but yeah, that was running crazy, huh? So I love this one. I love this episode so much. So I'm gonna go with a P rank. Alright, up next is 99 Terrence. Oh yeah. Yep, 99 Terrence. That one was good as well. I like this one too because Corporal Pig and the 2 minion pigs couldn't run from those plungers out there. Especially with that lullaby. So I'm gonna go for a P rank. Sorry guys, it's kind of been embarrassing for myself. Even though I keep saying P rank, doesn't mean that would be like offensive or something like that. But anyways, up next is Piggy Wig. Piggy Wig? Yeah, that one was pretty good. Yep, I like this one because I like the way how one of the bluebirds got struck by lightning and then went dazed off and then it was on King Pig's head and starts making funny faces. Oh, totally worth it. So I'm gonna rank this as a S. Alright, next up is, oh, this one's a good one. Pig Plot Potion. Well, people think that Chef Pig is a chef. He's not a scientist. Well, I mean, he was named Scientist Pig during Angry Birds fights in Dr. Pig's lab. Anyways, I love the way how they cook. Well, Red was a pig, but then the potion weared off for some average reason. So I'm gonna go for S. I still like it because it was some Italian music. Alright, up next is Tooth Royal. Oh yeah, I remember this one. Tooth Royal. What kind of tooth that was. Yeah, it was a royal tooth. Why, did that hurt so much? Oh yeah, it did. But it's not that bad, but I'm neutral to this episode, so let's go for a B. Alright, now the Halloween special, Night of the Living Pork. Yeah, yeah, we're just glad to see Bubbles returning and having this good prototype design. So I'm gonna go for an A or a B. I think. I don't know which one. Let's see. I'll just go with A. Why not? No, I'm just kidding. I'll go with B. I'm okay with this episode. Up next is, oh yeah, King of the Castle. King of the Castle was a great summer episode. It's a challenge between King Pig versus Chef Pig on who has the best sandcastle in the world. Yes, I would like to do that soon. So let's see, P rank or S rank? Should we do a B rank or an S rank? B rank. Alright. Love is in the air. Yeah, there's some references to some romantic movies. Love is in the air. Yep, this one was actually pretty good. Even though King Pig was just being cuckoo crazy and being hallucinated with a cabbage. Yeah, I like that one, so I'm gonna go with an A rank. Alright, up next is Fired Up. So, Fired Up, yeah, we just don't know why. How did this classic intro just came back? I was just curious. Yeah, it was some sort of. Yeah, it was pretty scary for the fire. And yes, that fire had fingers and hands and feet. Yeah, it was not that bad after all, but I'm gonna go for a B rank. Oh, heck no. Clash of Corns? Are you serious right now? Clash of Corns? Matilda didn't treat Bomb very well and couldn't share the corn. Bob tried to help and say, Matilda, can I please have the corn? But Matilda refuses, so they just had a war in the farms. And yeah, I know that they apologized to each other in the end and had popcorn, but still no luck. So I'll go with a D rank. Up next is A Pig's Best Friend. A Pig's Best Friend was actually pretty good and it was so charming. Yeah, I just really like the way how King Pig uses one of the blues as a dog. Just to make it as have a best friend for a pet. Yeah, I love this one. So I'm just saying it's S or A. I can't decide what defends its best. I know. I'm struggling with these episodes. Totally NA. Alright, up next is Slumber Mill. Slumber Mill. Yeah, it's actually not that bad, even though it was crazy for, I don't know who that pig was. He was just struggling to sleep after work because they just put a road on the top of his house. And I love the way how the pigs were using rocket carts from Angry Birds Go. Yeah, they should use that to the Angry Birds Wikipedia for the trivia, referencing those. So let's go for an A. Alright, up next is Jingle Yells, which is Jingle Bells. Nope, still not gonna sing it because copyright, copyright, copyright. Strike or claim. Alright, enough with that. Jingle Yells. So, yeah, it's basically a Christmas episode. So, yeah, I just love this one. Even though it's not that bad. Yeah, I might be neutral to this episode, even though Corporal Pig tried to disguise himself as Santa. Is he? Well, which is not basically Grinch. 19 something, 2000 something, or 2018. So let's rank this episode as an B. Alright, El Porcado. El Porcador? El Porcador. Yes, he's some sort of Mexican wrestler. So yeah, this one is actually pretty good. Yeah, I'm not neutral to this episode, but I do like it sometimes for some nostalgia. So I'm gonna go for an A. Alright. Oh yeah. This is one of the first time I watched Angry Birds Toons as a kid. The first episode I watched on this series was called Hiccups. Oh yeah, Hiccups was awesome. I love this one. I like the way how the birds tried to help themselves to stop the blues hiccups. They try scaring it, but they just don't know how did that work. But still, I love this episode. Hiccups, great episode. World's best episode in my entire life. Alright. Up next is the butterfly effect. The butterfly effect? You see, in the butterfly effect, yeah, I like this one. Yeah, this was actually pretty nice, and I like the way how the butterfly helps you keep clear from the sun when it's so hot in there. So I'm gonna go for an A. Alright, up next is Hambo. Hambo, yeah, it's some sort of soldier name. Yeah, so yeah, I really like this one. Yeah, it was actually pretty good for the volume 2. So I'm gonna go for an A. Alright, up next is bird flu. Yes, bird flu was basically, I call it COVID-19. Yeah, but the good thing is that it's over. The COVID is gone, and now we can feel free to go around. No idea why, but some sort of sick way. So I'm gonna go for an A. Up next is Piggies from the Deep. Piggies from the Deep. Yeah, sorry. Sorry guys, I'm talking too fast, like Blur from Transformers. Piggies from the Deep, a summer episode. Yes, that one was pretty awesome. I just really like the way how pigs prank themselves as sharks. So I'm gonna go for not A, but definitely S or P rank. S. Oh yeah, oh gnome. Yes, Matilda can't get away with this gnome. Even though she thinks it's annoying. Yes, that episode was pretty funny. Just like the way how it jingles like that. So let's go with the P rank. I like this episode. How about you? Oh yeah, shrub it in. Shrub it in. Oh yeah, I love this episode. That episode was the best so far by this. The Blues tried to distract Matilda while Bomb tries to get some new ones. Oh yeah, totally P rank. I love this episode. Alright, up next is The Truce. We need a truce. I wanted us to be back in charge. I just don't know how to. There's some various impressions of Megatron as calling Optimus for a truce after he attacked Sentinel in Dark of the Moon. The truce. The truce. The truce. Of course, the truce is pretty amazing. Yes, but I just can't decide which one. It's got to be P rank. It's got to be a P rank. Alright. Up next is Operation Opera. I'm okay with this episode. Some sort of opera music and these cool fashion. So I'm gonna go with a B. Alright, up next is Chucked Out. Yeah, even though you don't want them to be your friend anymore, it doesn't mean you have to be left out, which is reference to that. So I'm okay with this episode, so I'm gonna go with a B. Bombs Awake. Bombs Awake. So Bombs Awake, yeah, that's one is not that bad after all. I just don't know. I can't go for an A, but I'm gonna go with a B. I'm okay with this episode. Even though Bob is just sleepwalking. Alright. Up next, let's go with the season 2 episodes. Alright, Treasure Hunt. Yeah, Treasure Hunt was not that bad after all, even though Hambo took a long journey to get to the treasure. X marks the spot. Come on, I can't pronounce it. Sorry, guys. X marks the spot. So I'm gonna go for a B. Alright. Sweets of Doom. Yeah, another Halloween episode. Pretty scary for the octopuses or squids like that. Well, I'm okay with this episode as well, so as a B rank. Party Ahoy! Party Ahoy! I like this one. Party Ahoy was pretty amazing for Kingpig because he was struggling to get to the party, but at least he didn't get melted away from that volcano. I'm just glad that didn't happen. So let's go with a S. Oh, hide and seek. Hide and seek? I like this one. This one was pretty awesome indeed because Chuck was just hiding the whole time on a tree stump that stuck to him and launched him to the sky. The Blues thought Chuck was hiding in the moon. And yes, they gave him a medal or some plastic metal, whatever. A ribbon. Yes, a ribbon. Yeah, I like this one. This one was awesome. So let's go with S rank. Hide and seek. Yes, that one was good. Sink or swim. Yeah, Red was struggling to swim and float in the water, even though he can't. So I'm okay with this. So let's go with the B rank. And Super Bomb, which is basically Bomb was just trying to be like Superman. Well, I'm glad they fixed his cape, but turned it into a whatever you hang it on trees, two trees, and then just relax on it. So B rank. Just so that one was pretty good. I like it when Red was having 0% chill on this one. Oh yeah, you just need to make sure if his personal space is okay. Measuring it. Yes, so let's go and that has to be S. All right, A Miracle of Life. I don't think that many people like this episode. Well, I'm okay with this one, even though there's some sort of blah blah. No, I'm not gonna talk about that. So let's go with a B. Well, I really wish I could go for an A. Well, yeah, I think I changed my mind. Let's not do a B rank. So let's rank it as a A. Sorry guys, I changed my mind. I'm not gonna go for a B rank for The Miracle of Life. I'll go with an A rank. Cave Pig. Oh yeah, that one was pretty good. Just like the way how King Pig and Cave Pig were just trying to eat cupcakes, and they raced for it, but King Pig and Chef Pig got frozen in the ice cube. It was pretty funny, so I'm gonna go with a A. Alright, up next is Joy to the Pigs, reference to Joy to the World. I played Joy to the World on piano, and yes, I was so good at it. Now it is time for me to rank this thing as a A. Up next is Dogzilla, basically Godzilla. You guys know there's gonna be a new movie called Supernova. Are you serious? 2 years we have to wait for this? 2027? Are you serious? Before Sonic the Hedgehog 4? Totally worth it. So Dogzilla, I'm gonna go for an A. Yes, I'm not gonna lie. This episode was pretty good. I like the way how I blow it up with rockets and stuff. Well, yeah, that's all. Up next is Boulder Bro. Boulder Bro? Yeah, I didn't really like it as a kid, but I do like it now, which I'm okay. Well, I don't know what to decide for a B or an A. So let's go with Boulder Bro. Definitely a B, which I'm okay with. Up next is Chuck Mania. Oh yeah, Chuck Mania was so good. I like the way how the pigs were wearing Chuck stuff, all yellow, but then they wear red in the end because they like him. That's what it is for a mania, so I'll go for an S. Alright, up next is Not Without My Helmet. Oh, no. I just don't like Not Without My Helmet because just don't like the way how the pigs couldn't recognize Corporal Pig, and I just don't like how Corporal Pig go homeless for this. And was that his father being like him? When that other Corporal Pig was like, you need to, in order to get your helmet back, you need to take down the birds right now. And yes, Corporal did got his helmet back, but I just didn't like it that much, so I'll go with C. Alright, up next is Monolitha. Monolitha, well, I thought Chuck was going to date Stella, but no, it was some sort of prototype. Maybe he was just practicing. Yeah, that's all, so I'm okay with this, so I'll go with a B. Sir Bum of Hamelot? No, I didn't really like it that much because even though Bum couldn't handle himself to defeat Goliath. So, I just really don't know why, but... And yes, I don't like the way how the trophy was King Pig's face on it. You know, I like the smile on it. I really like the smile for King Pig from Angry Birds Go 2.0. Let's not talk about that. And Angry Birds Fight. So I'm gonna rank it as a C. Alright, up next is Bearded Am something. I can't say it. I'm not gonna say that. But Bearded Ambition. Bearded Ambition. It's not absolutely abomination, but I like it. So, we could go for an S or an A. Definitely an A. Yeah, that's what it is. Up next is Cold Justice. Well, to be honest, I didn't really like it in the past. Well, I'm liking it right now because Cold Justice. So I'm not gonna go for a C, but I'm okay with this episode right now, so let's go with the B rank. Up next is Slow the Chuck Down. Yes, Slow the Chuck Down was pretty funny, even though Chuck was zooming in. He was going at a blazing speed like Sonic the Hedgehog or Peppino Spaghetti. Of course. Yes, really zooming in. Going like 200cc of Mario Kart 8. And yes, I'm hoping to get a Nintendo Switch 2 this Christmas for Mario Kart World. Wait, does Mario Kart World have 200cc? Let me know in the comments, guys. So I'm gonna go for A. Yes. Alright. Up next is Brutal versus Brutal. Well, not the best, but not that bad either, so I'm mid with this one. Even though Chuck and Goliath were both tired from exercising and training and stuff. So let's go with the B. Up next. Man, no. I just really freaking hate this episode so much. Eating out? Are you serious? Matilda is such a jerk in this episode because in the end she ate the cupcake without sharing it, man. Come on. Are you serious? Eating out? No. This is terrible. D rank? Yes, D rank for eating out. I freaking hate this episode because I just don't remember how the birds just got a cupcake because I hate this episode so much. Ugh. Sorry, guys. Alright, up next is... Oh, yeah, this will make me feel better. The Great Egg Escape. I thought it was pronounced The Great Egg Escape. But I just couldn't pronounce it. I like the way how Red spin dashed and hitting those crocodile pigs. Yes, that one was awesome. And I like it, so I'll go with an A. Alright, the next one is Sleep Like a Hog. Sleep Like a Hog. Yeah, I'm okay with this episode, even though they tried to make King Pig sleep. So I'll go for a B. Alright, up next is Bombina. Bombina? Yes. Blowing up with dynamite of a female. Yes, this one was pretty good. Yep, I like it. But I'm not going to go for an A, so I'll go with S. Alright, up next is a pig possessed. Yes, who is that witch pig of some sort of... King Pig just ate that claw and then just became a demon. But did not look like that. from that page. Like the wizards and and some sort of no idea how do I say it in some sort of drum. So yeah, Pig Possessed was not that bad. I like it, but I'm not neutral to this episode, so I'll go for an A. Alright, up next is Epic Sax Off. Yeah, some sort of saxophone. Yes, I like saxophones. I want to play it. It's between a challenge. Yes, it was awesome. I like this one. So let's go with an A. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! I think I accidentally touched it. Never mind. Sorry guys, I accidentally touched the tap, sink, or swim. Alright. Alright, up next is Royal Heist. Royal Heist. Is that how you pronounce that word? Royal Heist or Royal Heist? I keep pronouncing it wrong. But anyways, yeah, this one was pretty good. And to be honest, I'm not lying. This one was pretty good, at least. This is the last appearance for Epic Sax Pig. So I'm gonna go for an A. Yes. I ain't lying, but it was pretty good. Alright, up next is Bad Hair Day. Bad Hair Day was not that bad, even though the Blues just disguised the hair by painting it just to prank Chuck by making him elder. So let's go with the B rank, cause why not? Alright, up next is Goldie Trotters. Ugh, no, Goldie Trotters was not good. I don't know what to say, D or C rank, because that's not how the ending goes for Goldilocks and the Three Bears. So, that has to be totally a D or a C. And I'll just go with D, because why not? I still just don't like it, how it ends. Alright. Up next is A Fistful of Cabbage. I like A Fistful of Cabbage because I like the Western music in the beginning. Yeah, I like this one, so I'll go with a S. Don't mind if I do. Alright. Next up is Porcula, which is Count Dracula. Well, I mean, King Pig was Porcula for some average reason or valid reason. So I'll go with a... let's see, was it A or was it B? I think it was a... B. Alright, up next is Didgeridork. Yeah, Didgeridork. That's how you pronounce it. Didgeridork. Yeah, that one was pretty funny though. And it's also satisfying too for a musical instrument. Alright, so let's go with a S. Alright, the pork trades. Oh, I like this one. Even though King Pig wanted to get a better picture for some medieval warriors, without sacrifice, there can be no victory. Yes. The Last Night. S. Oh yeah, Fix It, Fix It. I like this one. That one was so good, and it was pretty funny than usual. I like the way how Chuck goes crazy with fixing the slingshots. So let's go with a P rank. Alright. Next up is Age Rage. No, I just don't like this episode. Don't know why, but all those characters just grew elder. But no idea how those crows were in the background of the episode, in the title card. No idea why, but I'm just gonna go for a D. This is not good. Alright. Next up is Catching the Blues. Catching the Blues was pretty awesome. I like this episode because the Blues think that Foreman could try to get the eggs. Good. Yeah, it was good. It was not much for him, but Foreman could have got the eggs. And yes, the Blues were disguising the eggs for fake. And yes, since there was three of them, they could have pressed the button one at a time. And yes, they did somehow got away with it. And yes, the Blues were still smarter than usual. So I go for a P rank. Alright, up next is Last Tree Standing. Yeah, Last Tree Standing was pretty good, and to be honest, because the pigs and birds were just going for that biggest tree in the west. That tree is huge. So I'm gonna rank this as a A. Last tree standing. Alright, happy hippie. No, I just don't know. I just don't know if I can go for a B rank because, to be honest, because Red was going out of control, and yes, he just couldn't control himself of his temper against the pigs. So, even though Matilda did try to make Red calm down, but it's kind of a bit bad for me. So I'll go with C. Alright. Up next is Mind the Pony. Mind the Pony was actually kind of bad for me in the past, but I actually ended up really liking it right now. So I'll go with a... well, I think I was going to go for an A or a B. So... let's say... B. Alright, up next is Robotilda. Robotilda was pretty funny, even though Matilda did stop the pigs from the eggs, even though he saw them rolling in. And yeah, just like the way how Matilda treated the pigs very nicely. So I'm gonna go with a A. Definitely A. Alright. King of the Ring. King of the Ring. Yeah, I just really like, I just don't hate it. I just like it. Well, I don't like it that much, but I'm mid and neutral to this episode, so let's go with a B. Oh yeah, Spaced Out. Just to honor Invasion of the Egg Snatchers? Yes. Spaced Out. Spaced Out with some sort of aliens. Yep, I like this episode, so I'm gonna go for... yeah, I'll keep it as an A. Battling Butlers? Battling Butlers was actually pretty good. Yeah, I like the way how two butlers just fight in the throne room with some music, and yes, throwing discs on almost collapsed the castle. Yes. Yes. S rank for this episode. Alright. The next one is Egg Austin. I didn't like it in the past because we thought the eggs was going to be crushed and destroyed. And Chuck was crying because the eggs were dead. I know. That kind of been off for me, but I actually ended up really liking it. So let's go with... to be honest, I'll go for an A rank. Alright, short and special. Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I do like it. I'm neutral to this episode, so I'm going for B. Hocus Pocus. I keep calling it Horcus Porcus, which is some sort of rhyming way, but that still doesn't count. So I like the way how the pigs were all lining up in the rope trying to save King Pig, and I love the way how King Pig was screaming, very far, far away, and then came back with branches and leaves all over him madly. So I'll go for an S rank. Alright, Romance in a Bottle. Well, however, King Pig and Matilda was not a great couple because they just couldn't realize who was putting bottles to each other. And what the heck, man? Matilda becoming a beast was so scary for me. So I'm doing this with all honesty, but I'm okay with this episode, but I just don't know why, but I just don't know if I'm gonna go for a C or a B. In all honesty, I'll go for a B because I'm neutral to this episode as well. Oh yeah, the butler did it. The butler did it. Yes, the butler was awesome for me because King Pig was watching it in some sort of classic way, but then stopped and then it was on fire and it burned down, and then King Pig couldn't finish the episode of who did it. So Foreman Pig decided to recreate it on its own way without copying it. So I'll go for an S rank. Alright, Stalker. Yeah, Stalker was pretty awesome. I like this one. I like the way how that hot dog guy was staring at King Pig because maybe King Pig had something somewhere because he was covered in some hot dog sauce like mustard, ketchup, relish. Yeah, it's still funny and satisfying, so I'm going for a P rank. Alright, only 3 more to go. Photo Chuck. Yeah, Photo Chuck was yeah, because Chuck keeps zooming in trying to trick Matilda just for a prank. Yeah, Photo Chuck was awesome. And yeah, that's all I could say. So I don't know if I could say an A or an S. I'll go with an S because it was pretty funny for Chuck having its photos. And yeah. Alright. Bake On. Yes, Bake On was the last episode I liked. It was the best because Bake On. Yes, I like this one. The last appearance for Chef Pig. And yes, I love this one. So I'm going for a P rank. I just really don't know how they can cook cakes really fast. Okay, last one. The last episode is Toy Hoggers. Sorry, excuse me. Toy Hoggers. I didn't really like it in the past because I just don't know why, but King Pig really, really, really loved some teddy bears and stuff like that. But even though Terrence got the blue one, and then yes, we saw Red, Chuck, Bomb, and Matilda sleeping in the end as a cameo. And I'm okay with this episode. Even though it's kind of funny, I'll go with an A rank. And that is all of what I've ranked for Angry Birds Toons ranking opinions of the episode. Yay! This has got to be the best of it. So let me count how many. Let's start with D rank. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 episodes for D rank. Same number for C, but for B rank, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33. 33 for B rank. 14, 21, 28 for A rank. 7, 14, 18 for S rank, and 11 for P rank. Oh yeah, this is like the best one out there. Well guys, that is all for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and I'll see you guys somehow later for some more. Cause I'm gonna be flying to a big tour for a flight. I'll share it because my brother already posted it, and I'll be sharing it too. But anyways, I'll see y'all later. Peace out, everyone. Bye.